I've been using Nudestix's blushes for a year, and I'm going to tell you the truth about them. Are these products worth it? Are they easy to apply? Should you fork over your hard-earned cash and add these to your makeup collection? Let's get into it. So if you didn't know, Nudestix is actually a Canadian brand founded 10 years ago in 2014 by two sisters and their mom. Their mom is a chemical engineer. This is the Frankel family of 3 women, and it's very much known for its no makeup look. It was a big hit when it first came out. I remember there just being a huge rush for it at Sephora when it was finally available there. The mom worked as a chemical engineer in the beauty industry for I think maybe a decade before they decided to launch this company. So she has a lot of experience. And then obviously her daughters are bringing the sort of youthful vibe of the no makeup movement into the brand. Now I own 2 Nudestix blushes. The first one is this Nude Buff, which is part of the Glamzilla limited collection that I got a year ago. And this is a really pretty neutral color blush that I've used a lot of, and I really like it. I'll tell you more about it. So this is a more matte formula. And then because I like this, I actually purchased this, which is Tiger Lily Queen. I was heavily influenced by the makeup YouTuber Hindash. I don't know if you've ever seen any of his content, but I love that he uses this on almost everybody. It is a beautiful, almost coral color, and I was really looking for the perfect coral, and I found it when I saw him using it so many times. So I've liked this so much, I've in fact purchased 2. This one I've had for a year. This one I've had for about 6 months. Today I'm doing my cosplay as a makeup artist from about 7 years ago with my black turtleneck and my Sherpa fleece vest because it is cold outside. I'm gonna tell you some do's and don'ts of using these, having used them for a year. My first do, and I think the number one mistake I see people making, is that you should apply it to your hand first rather than straight on your cheeks. I think straight to your cheeks is great if you're doing it on the go and you don't want to mess up your hand for whatever reason. You know, we don't always want to have a big streak of blush on our hand. That looks nearly fluorescent. Oh my goodness. But I promise it dries down a lot different to this. Also, don't be afraid of this dewy version. Like when you swatch this looks so shiny and terrible, but I promise you it looks much better on. So the next is a don't. Don't use the built-in brush unless you're on the go, in which case go for it. But it's just too small and it doesn't do the greatest job, although it is cool that this product just does have even a brush on it. Instead, I like to use something to buff it out. This is e.l.f.'s triangular buffing brush, and it has got the perfect bristle stiffness for this particular product. This is not inexpensive. If you know e.l.f. brushes, you know they're not expensive. This one was not expensive. So I pick it up from my hand using this, and then I just go in wherever it is that I want to place. You know, there's a lot of different ways to place blush. A more Korean and Chinese style is much more just sort of concentrated here under the eyes. A sort of more Western look tends to be also near the eyes, but maybe more upwards from here. And then because I'm a Gen Xer / millennial, I like to kind of put it everywhere. And that's the part that's left, and it's not shiny like that. It's really nice on top of a sort of semi-matte foundation look, because here's the thing, if you have semi-matte foundation on and then you go on top with a powder blush, it can look a little bit dry. Okay, apologies about that. I actually had to switch my camera settings there and go up to 4K so you could see this in a little bit better definition. Okay, so that's all used up. Simple as it can be, goes on rather quickly. That is Tiger Lily Queen, part of the Nudies Bloom Dewy collection. It says all over face dewy color, and that's exactly what it is. This color is beautiful. I would repurchase this again, even at this crazy price, in a heartbeat. 6 months in and I have like the majority of it left. It lasts and lasts. And I'm kind of cheap, or I'm kind of thrifty, so that's important to me. Another don't, and we're gonna switch over to the more matte one that came as part of the Glamzilla collection that launched a year ago. Another don't is don't forget that you can take this brush, if you end up using this little one, don't forget that you can actually remove it. You can take it off if you want to clean it. So you're not stuck with it being all sort of, you know, used and dirty. It just also snaps off, ta-da, and then you can just wash this as you would any other brush. That's how I've been doing it. Don't also forget to subscribe and like this video. That really helps me out a lot, and you'll get other makeup and beauty videos that I do and post here, including hair stuff as well. So I just want to show you this shade that is called Nude Buff. And again, I don't believe you can purchase this on its own. It is part of the beauty influencer Glamzilla's collection of 3. I do not necessarily recommend this particular collection. The main reason is because I think that maybe you don't need all of the things in there. There's a contour shade that is darker that I don't have with me here. And there's also like a see-through stick, like a transparent stick that's supposed to take down shine. And I just didn't find that I really personally needed that, though I do love this. And I'm just gonna show you how I would apply it in this case when I've done this blush already. So again, I will put some on my face here, see, but I don't like to try and blend it out like that. I much prefer, and you'll see Hindash does it as well, warming it up in the hand first. Something about this particular formulation I find works better when you warm it up on your hand first and then pick it up as you need with this buffing brush, or if you don't have one of these, just use the little tiny brush that comes on the end of this. So with that in mind, I'll show you, and it can have a tendency to blend out a bit. I'll use it a bit almost like a contour here, just so you can see the color difference. It's kind of a little bit harder to blend, can look patchy. It's just not at its best when you go straight to the face. By contrast, when you pick it up, it makes a world of difference. When you use your brush like this, you'll see you can get the coverage that you like, and it's just all over more prettier. It's just a prettier look for me. Then I just pick up what's left, blending the two of them together, and I just might go in there and just soften it up a bit, make sure that there are no streaks, because I have walked around like that before too. Streaks are never good. Want to make sure you blend. Okay, I've taken my hair out. I'm just in a bit of a tragic state overall. My lips are super dry. I do apologize, I'm getting over a really lengthy illness. I'm feeling much better now, but I apologize. I'm sure you hear some congestion still in my voice. I am on the struggle bus, but determined to get back up and at 'em. Right, I'm heading out on an errand. Just wanted to show you a little bit of an outside view in the natural light. Okay, Nudestix, everything I've tried from them pretty much, other than that sort of transparent, see-through, shine-reducing stick that came from Glenzilla. Everything else I've tried, I've really liked from this brand, especially this. Look at how empty. This is maximum empty. I've loved this to the end of its life. This is Nudestix Citrusy Mask and Daily Moisturizer, Yuzu and Turmeric. Such a good moisturizer, but it's just a moisturizer that smells really good. I'm not saying this is the best moisturizer ever. I don't want to oversell you on that, but if you're in a Sephora, have a sniff of it. It smells, I think, really, really nice. Is a bit of a splurge item though. Okay, it's winter. I've gone in there with a little bit of Vaseline. This is the only thing that works on my ultra chapped lips right now. Okay, overall, for me, this is a buy. I would repurchase. I would not repurchase the matte. I think it's fine, but I love the dewy formulation, and specifically Tiger Lily Queen. Hindash uses this on women whose skin tone is kind of similar to mine, sometimes a little deeper, sometimes a little lighter, and it looks wonderful on all those women. Unfortunately, the camera's not picking up, the sort of subtlety of this, but it's just somehow when you blend it in using the buffing brush, it just leaves the perfect amount of blush. It just settles into the skin. It sinks in a way that the powder that I do like as well. I do like powder blush, but that seems to sink in, and that doesn't sink in as well. It sort of sits more on the top, whereas this really seems to become part of the skin. If you enjoyed this video, please, of course, subscribe. I also have a newsletter where I often discuss beauty products and my favorite picks of the season. Go ahead and sign up for that. It's totally free. It's helenavery.substack.com. I'll put a link to these down below in the description as well. Thanks so much for watching.